I feel gutted right now because YouTube just blocked what I think was my best video ever. I worked so hard on it. It was 33 minutes long, and I did a lot of research. I put a lot of time and work into it, but because of a copyright claim, they blocked it. I had assembled a bunch of video clips from videos that I found on YouTube and a couple of documentaries called Pedigree Dogs Exposed and the follow-up documentary, which is essential viewing. I'm going to put these links in the description, and I urge you all to watch them. I wish I could remember everything that I shared with you from that documentary. They're just talking about the horrific deformities, the health problems these dogs have. They are suffering immensely because people are breeding them to look a certain way, and to have these unnatural shapes that nature would never have created. And it's just incredible. Like, I knew that this was wrong and I knew that it was sick and cruel, but I had no idea just how far gone these people are. We know that dog culture itself is very sick, but this is a subculture within that culture that is in a league of its own when it comes to mental illness. And these breeders and these pedigree dog enthusiasts are in such denial, and they show that in these in the Pedigree Dogs Exposed documentary and the follow-up documentary, that they're confronted with the reality that these dogs have brains that are too big for their skulls and therefore are suffering all these neurological problems. They have respiratory problems because their heads are just so deformed. They can't breathe properly. They actually have to undergo surgeries. I had no clue about this. In the documentary, they show a dog with a tracheostomy. It's breathing through a hole in its throat because otherwise it just can't breathe. And these surgeries are expensive, like $5,000 plus. And just think of all the money that could be spent on helping humans instead. These dogs, oh my gosh, dachshunds they have their bellies practically dragging on the floor. Their legs are so short. They have all kinds of problems with their joints, arthritis, dogs with allergies, dogs with... they undergo preventative surgeries to stop their stomachs from twisting and blowing up. Like, I've talked about this before, that dogs don't know when to stop eating, and they will literally blow themselves up. And to prevent this from happening in certain breeds like Great Danes, they staple the stomach to the abdominal wall or something, just as a precaution, a preventative measure. Routinely, they do this to dogs. Shar-Pei dogs are so wrinkled that they undergo eyelid surgeries. I mean, it's not uncommon for dogs to have facelifts. I didn't know this. I'm just trying to think. Every different breed has its own set of health issues, and they are many and severe. Heart problems. It goes on and on. Certain breeds, I forget which one it was, lacks a certain enzyme. It's horrific. I call these creatures mutants for a reason. And if you watch these documentaries, you will see just what monsters they are. And so when the breeders are confronted with this, they deny it. It's a complete head in sand situation. Just the same way pit bull apologists or, advocates are in denial about the problem of pits, or just dog people, dog worshippers, how they are in denial when it comes to all of the dog problems that I talk about in my videos. So I'm going to share this video with you. This is a YouTube video. I don't think there's a copyright claim on this. Just check this out.
That's pretty good. 96. What the heck is he doing right now? Okay, I think you might actually have sleep apnea. You might be dead. Did you just die, dog? Seriously, you stop breathing. Dear God, what do you wake yourself up?
These dog worshippers tell us that we are heartless, cold, unloving monsters. We are not engaging in this craziness. We are not paying breeders to create these abominations. We are not the ones laughing at these creatures while they are struggling to breathe. You know, how can these people call themselves animal lovers? All we are trying to do is to stop this insane practice. And we would like to see these dogs die out because nature wants them to die. Nature would never have created these things. It's like a science experiment gone wrong, and we need to admit failure. We need to admit that it's too far gone. And, you know, letting them go extinct is the only ethical thing to do at this point. In the documentaries at the end, they're talking about how all these people, they want to see a regulatory body in place. They want to establish this regulatory body to rewrite the breed standards, and they want to breed these dogs away from the genetic problems. And, you know, not breed the ones that have these extreme features. Well, they all have the extreme features. I mean, their health issues are so numerous and so severe. I don't see any hope. How can you breed away from that? They're too far gone. You're never going to create a healthy animal out of these mutants. It's not possible. The only solution is to just stop breeding them into existence and let the ones that are alive just die off. You know, people have accused me of supporting eugenics. I don't think these people understand what eugenics means. They talk about this in the video, that the Kennel Club actually embraces eugenics. Eugenics is about breeding together specimens that have qualities that you think are desirable. So that's what they are doing. That's what dog worshippers support, not me. I don't support the breeding of these things. Did you know bulldogs are unable to mate naturally? The females have to be artificially inseminated, and they have to have their babies via C-section because they are unable to give birth naturally because of the deformed bodies and the huge heads these dogs have. They talk about German Shepherds. Wow, go check out what they have done to the German Shepherd. It is horrific. The dog has a sloping back and these very weak, wobbly legs in the back. They look like deformed hyenas now. They can't even walk properly. It's shocking. And yeah, getting back to the bulldogs, they were talking to this Australian bulldog breeder, and they asked her if she would have anything changed when it comes to the breed standard. And she was like, no, she's very happy with the standard as it is. Completely oblivious to the cruelty involved in keeping these things alive and breeding them into existence. No compassion at all, no empathy, no care at all for the way these dogs are suffering just to stay alive. And about the Shar-Peis, you will regularly see ads for Shar-Pei puppies that will be advertised as well wrinkled, as though that's an attractive feature. And these people do think it is attractive, but the dogs suffer from all these wrinkles. They need to have these surgeries done. It's insanity. And these people call themselves animal lovers. Can you imagine? It's the opposite. If you really loved animals, you wouldn't support this. But Jemima Harrison is the producer of the documentary Pedigree Dogs Exposed. And she actually was harassed. And that's another thing, like these people, when they are confronted with the truth, they become harassed. And she was harassed similar to the way I am harassed for exposing the truth about dogs. They deny the truth. They accuse her of fabricating things, and it's not true. And they go on about, and you'll see them like say to the camera, like, the dogs are healthy. And you wonder, like, how stupid can these people be? They're showing like a politician and some higher up dude in the Kennel Club talking about how it's okay to breed fathers with daughters and brothers and sisters, oblivious to, the genetic problems this results in. Are they oblivious? How can you not know this? I mean, I knew this when I was a kid. Anyways, and they just deny it and they think it's fine. And they'll say this to the camera. My jaw hit the floor when I watched these documentaries. Each breed has its own cult. And it's a level of mental illness, the likes of which I have not seen before. It was a very eye-opening experience to do research for this video. And I really hope that you guys will check out those links. We need to, first of all, not buy these mutants. We need to shame anyone who does. And just shame the owners of these dogs, shame people for supporting these lunatics that breed them into existence. We must not support these crazy dog shows and all the money they spend on these dog shows. I just think of all the social programs we could be using that money to fund. They're talking about funding, this regulatory body for the dogs, government funding. Like, fuck off. What? Take that money and help some frickin' poor people to eat and get medicine. Like, what is wrong with people? Why do they not care about humans? Diverting all their money and resources into these shit-eating mutants. It blows my mind. But anyway, now when I use the word mutant, it just carries a whole new meaning. I'm just going to have that vision of this dog with the tracheostomy. And this is common, apparently. Crazy stuff, guys. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And please share this video. We need to get this information out there. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.